Anunnaki come up, went to another planet and abducted you.
Thriving is universal thing. They enslaved human race.
You need to make a joke in order to be bored.
Yeah. Is it purely Hitler's guilt?
This is Just Any Podcast, the most useless podcast ever. Sit back, relax, and prepare to wonder why you listening to this in the first place.
Anunnaki.
Anunnaki.
You wanted to tell something about this, who they are, what is it, what the fuck is going on with them?
What the fuck? So
Who are they? Anunnaki.
Anunnaki. You know who are they?
I don't know. Like, I know that.
Say what you know.
Okay,
Yeah.
I know what I know. In a mythology, in a Mesopotamian mythology, there is a myth about Anunnaki. Yes. It's like there were 7 of them, or they were.
Were there
a lot?
7? No, there were a
No,
lot.
there were a lot of them.
As I remember, yeah, there were a lot.
Okay, there were a lot of them, and according to the myth, they came from the sky. Yes. Like aliens.
Yes.
So
This is
continue now. What do you know more about them?
So you know that lately I was following a lot of people on different social media.
Okay.
Yeah, and there is this
esoteric field,
world.
like,
yeah.
Clarify that.
Yes.
Okay.
Esoteric world. Yeah. So I found this lady whom I really like her. Okay, let's put it out there.
That one who
No,
created those stories.
You don't know her because I didn't show you because you're gonna make a fun. I don't know you ruining my opinion of her. Okay.
Okay.
Yeah, but she's really
Now you're
nice.
telling your story, so I will ruin it.
I'm so sorry. Yeah, so I found her and I was like, what the fuck are you talking about? And I started to listen to her and I kind of sit on her channel. I like listening her a lot. And
like every day, all day long?
No. But a lot
She has a lot to tell?
Exactly, she has a lot to tell. And
crap to tell?
those are really interesting stories. If you look
She
at
made it up?
this... Well, this is my point. I really deeply respect her, and I honestly don't think that she's making it up. Really, I think that what is she telling? She's really, honestly, genuinely believing that, and I respect that.
Okay, spit it out. What she
Okay.
told you?
So she said that she's a remote viewer. Do you know what is it? Remote viewer.
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 Yeah.
Okay.
Remote viewer.
Yeah.
Viewer
So
of what?
yeah. So, but you know what is this?
No.
Okay,
like,
so this
I
is
understand what the word remote means and viewer, but
yeah.
What does it
So this is when you go in a deep trance meditative state, and you can separate your soul from your body, and you can basically travel through the galactic, so everywhere, every time, every space, everything at once.
Okay.
At once,
I'm not denying that.
Okay, and she's doing that since she was like 17 or 18. Now she's 33. I know
she
her.
Was 3 years old.
No,
she's old. Okay.
What?
You made it sound like she was doing it like since she was a child. Or
she's doing
really
it since 17 years old. Now
17.
17. Yeah.
I thought you were talking. She's doing it since 70s.
No.
Okay.
No.
So I was close. Almost her childhood.
Yeah. And all that began because she was abducted from the aliens. I cannot kind of let this topic go on. I cannot.
So aliens abducted this 17 years old girl.
A woman.
She was a woman. This is a very, very important detail.
I needed
You
to.
cannot
I don't know it. But
so she was a woman when they abducted her, or she was a girl and then they abducted her and she became a woman.
Yeah.
Okay.
No, yeah, but I made it out. Since 10 more years, 20 more years, she's doing that. So this remote viewing. You understand what is this?
Okay,
yeah. And she claims
that
she can travel through every time. So she decided to go in those times.
Sorry, can I ask a question? So she can travel through the space and through time.
Yes.
Oh my
God.
Okay.
Yes. So she basically can be in any time you point her. So you can say, hey, go check Hitler.
How do the hell I know that she is traveling there?
You don't know. You just believe in her, or you don't.
Of course, I don't know.
You don't
How
know.
the hell I
You
would
don't
know?
Yeah, you don't
Okay.
know. But I'm saying that I truly believe that she is not lying. She's
Me too.
in her thought.
She really believes that she can do that.
Yeah.
Of course.
I will show her to you.
Okay.
I will show her.
Yeah.
Okay. I like her. And what she says was very interesting. So she decided to travel to those times where these Anunnakis arrived. They really arrived from other planets. I don't know the name of the planet. I don't remember if she said it or not, but okay. So the point was,
They abducted her, or no?
No.
Okay.
No,
Another aliens abducted her.
There are
a lot of aliens. Okay. A lot of alien species. Like we talked.
I think you are skeptical here, yeah?
Really? You think that now? Okay, continue.
Yeah. So those Anunnakis arrived,
Mm-hmm.
and we have seen a lot of also like pictures of ancient people making this in papyruses or in Egypt. You see this also. There are some things in the
People
air.
used to talk and
right.
Speak about aliens like all the time.
So she says it was exactly like that. She saw these spaceships arrived to Earth and they started to do what?
Abductions?
No, but we read about that. This makes total sense.
They created
they enslaved human race. Enslaved it. Okay. But humans
so we're slaves now.
No, not now. Not
okay.
now.
Like
it doesn't happen now.
Okay.
Yeah.
Maybe we're still slaves. I don't know.
In some sense, yeah, maybe. But this is a topic for another time. Okay. And they enslaved the humans, but the point is that the humans weren't as like we didn't have such genes as we have now. So we were not so much developed. We were like, if we compare like to Neanderthals, we were like this, very not developed and very like back in the evolution like level. Yeah. Okay. So they arrived here and they had a problem with gold in their planet. Gold, metal. Yeah. So the point was they made slaves, all the human slaves, to
dig gold.
Yeah.
Really? They needed gold?
They needed gold. Somehow they needed it to their plan. Very interesting. That's why I'm saying that's very interesting.
They had a motivation.
Yeah. So it happens for centuries, I guess. They stayed here, Anunnakis, and
approximately when was that?
This is a good question. I think she mentioned it, but I don't remember. Okay. But a lot time before, not the times we were reading. A lot time before that. Okay.
So people started to dig gold long before we.
Yes. Before all these civilizations arrived, before all this, before that were another civilization in the earth, and it happened in that time, before thousands of years before. Okay. And so there is also a rule in the galactic. I told you, I don't know if I told you or not, but there is a universal law, non-interventional law. I told you about that.
Yeah.
Okay. So a question arises here that why the fuck they are coming here and intervening to the Earth things, right? And she also was saying that it was interesting to me too. Also why? And there is this Galactic Federation also thing. That's
here we go.
It is connected. I cannot skip this part.
Okay.
It is connected.
Let's.
So they enslaved us. And at some point, after centuries passed, what they did. Some of them fell in love with the humans. We read this story. And they made a lot of semi-gods or demigods. And they also expand humans' genome. So they evolved us a lot.
Through impregnating women.
Because it was the cosmic womb and like a lot of semen there.
Our womb is cosmic womb?
No, theirs. Cosmic womb, they come from the cosmos.
Okay.
Yeah, so they evolve our genome, but they enslaved also us.
Great.
Yeah.
It's real.
Yeah. And then at some point the Galactic Federation
comes
here and says, stop guys, stop. there is a non-interventional law. You cannot do it anymore. You cannot. And she asked that this makes no sense because why the fuck centuries they enslaved us and nobody came here, right?
Because of bureaucracy.
Something like that. Something like that. Because, like they said, they somehow had contract with us.
Who?
The Anunnakis.
With people?
With people or with galactic? I don't know.
They bribed the Galactic Federation.
Maybe.
Yeah, it's very
it can happen,
humane.
right? It can happen.
Like they're alien, but still it's universal. You know,
bribing is universal thing, and it's a spectrum. Yeah. So yeah, they came here. At one day, she said that she saw that a lot of hundreds of ships came here. It's from the Galactic Federation. They come and say, "Guys, no, we don't do that anymore. We don't. We stop it right now." And this Anunnaki said, "Okay, we have our gold. We enslaved him. We are done. We are going away. It's all done."
So they didn't dig up the whole gold we have. Apparently.
Yeah. But a lot of gold now is there somewhere. Yeah. Yeah. This is the story. They left, but there were a lot of semicots here, and they also expand our genome, and the evolution happened very fast.
I have a question.
To me?
Yes. To all this.
I am just a medium.
Yeah, a messenger.
Yes.
Like tell them who you know. If there is a law according to which you cannot intervene if you are a alien civilization to another civilization, you cannot intervene. Then how the hell they abduct people?
This is another question.
Oh.
I don't know.
So they're like criminals.
Is it an intervention?
Abduction?
Yeah.
Is it
really? Is it? I mean,
I would say yes.
It's not in galactic level, right? It's one person. One person.
Okay. So according to that logic, if you go and enslave one person,
it's okay.
It's okay.
It's okay.
Take
2 persons. Okay.
2, 3. Okay. How many persons should you enslave for it to not be okay?
Maybe 1,000. It's
according to Galactic Federation.
My first guess. I didn't read all the
over there.
I'm not communicating with them. I'm just a humble listener, you know. Humble.
Very humble.
Yeah.
Yeah. That drives me crazy. Like this is
why.
But they don't abduct like one person. We know that these people
they abduct many.
Assumingly abducted. There are a lot of them, right? Like hundreds of them only in USA.
Yeah.
Saying that I was abducted.
Yeah.
I was abducted. Yeah. Like how many people?
1,000. My first guess. I don't know any other
1,000
number.
is not enough to consider it a violation of this rule.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
Okay. Sounds great.
Yeah.
Yeah. Very logical. Oh my god!
This is my story.
Interesting.
Interesting.
Why do you need?
What was not interesting, but what was fun for me is that the fact that, of course, she may also read that and made this out from the books and mythology that we read, that they enslaved us. Remember when we were reading the mythology, we read a lot of stuff that they enslaved us, and the gods also don't like that noise we are making. We are making a lot of noise there, and that was fun for me. She's also saying that she's not reading any mythology, she's not reading any books because she doesn't want to mess up this knowledge from the knowledge she gathers.
How the hell did she know about Anunnaki in the first place? Information. Okay. It just happened to be a coincidence that there were a myth. There was a myth about Anunnaki in ancient Mesopotamian mythology.
I mean, she may know the basic stuff but not go through it. You also knew the name Anunnaki, but you made research like 2 years. We started 2 years before, and we read different stuff.
Yeah, I do believe that they really believe in what they're saying.
Me too.
I just think they are a bit crazy. Yeah, you too. Me too. I don't know.
So previously you were saying the people who are dressed like ships, they are not crazy, but these ones are crazy. Interesting.
You know
Very
why?
interesting. Why?
Uh,
Because they have listeners.
Yeah, because they're sure in something, like they are really, really believing it, and they travel through the world, online world, and they give this information to other people. They and people listen to them, and people believe in them, and it's like a cult.
But also you can go and feed the human who is dressed as a sheep, and you also can believe in that. Or you mean the range
I'm
is
not
different?
saying a human dressed as a sheep is completely okay.
Completely.
But it's not that damaging, I think. I don't know, maybe it is.
I think it is, but also I don't think that this is damaging.
When a person really believes that there are Anunnakis and scientifically...
Is it a question, is it damaging for herself or is it damaging for the people who are listening to her? Because I am listening to her and I don't think it's anyhow damages me, but maybe I'm different. I'm like, maybe there are people who truly believe and you think this is damaging.
I think that anything that is not based on the facts and is just a pure imagination, like we know what she tells only because according to her she's traveling through time and space.
But it's like you watch a movie and this interesting movie,
it's like
you watch it and you're inspired.
But for many people it's not a movie. They really believe it's like if you watch Dune,
well, many
and
people
you think,
believe
wow,
in Harry
this
Potter.
is real. Who, you?
Me, Harry Potter.
I don't believe in Harry Potter, that Harry Potter is real. And people who think that, you remember I told you about this cult of Severus Snape's wives? There is wives, yeah, really? I sent you that. They are this like a small group of women. They think that Severus Snape is like their god-like figure. And they would love to be his wife, and they do some stuff like it's a cult.
It's real thing.
Yeah, really believe in that.
They believe that Severus exists.
Or, yes, it's like spiritual something creature. He exists, he dies, like blah blah blah. That's really a cult. But do I blame John Rowling for writing this? No, of course not, because she didn't intend to be like, it's a fiction. She's not saying that it's, John Rowling is not saying that I can travel through space and time and I know that this is real. See the difference? It's a fiction. And you have to like show people where is and that's damaging when you say something is real when it's not. Or you cannot prove it. Like, isn't it damaging?
I don't know.
I'm not saying for you.
Yeah, I understand.
But for, like, there could be people who really believe in it, and it could become a cult.
Yeah, everything that becomes a cult is damaging and is scary. Maybe the problem is the cult.
Well, yes.
But what is the cult that is not based on true facts?
Imagine,
but also in true facts can be some cults that are based in facts and they do a cult of it.
So someone creates a cult which is based on semi-true things,
or true things,
like what?
Like what is truth? Like
no. Like someone, you mean like some biologist, let's take a biologist, he goes and preaches the evolution like it's the only truth in the world. Yeah, that's damaging. Yeah. I think that's damaging.
Yeah.
There are a lot of people who do that.
So my point is that doing of anything a cult is a dangerous place. It's a dangerous thing of anything. Like the cult itself is dangerous, not the people who are saying something. Because a human can say very like not. For example, your example, like about biology or stuff like that. which is based on some facts and some guesses, and the other listeners can make a cult of it.
Okay, so if I understand correctly, you're saying that this woman, particularly this woman, she told us a story, and she's claiming that this is true. And if people believe it's true, it's not her fault. Like, she's not responsible for creating a cult if a cult will emerge.
Yeah,
from
maybe.
her words. But she is claiming it to be true. She's like, she began it all. It's not like John Rowling. She's not like, I said.
Yeah, but is it her fault that they believe her, or is it the people who believe that?
But she's telling this is true.
Yeah, but you can still not believe to that. No, but it's really, like, seriously.
So it's you put in all responsibility on people who believe in this?
Not all, but mostly, I think, yes. I can make a comparison to Nazi Germany, right? Is it purely Hitler's guilt?
I think yes.
But thousands of people believed in him, and thousands of people killed and murdered and burned.
Okay, but you're not putting the blame off Hitler's
I'm not putting, right? But I'm putting also a lot of blame on the...
Okay, so if this is the case, then in this case it comes like that, like it's
like partially, true. Like partially it's...
so partially it's Hitler's blame.
Yeah, I think so. Yeah, it's partially. Of course it's partially. No? Because, okay, let's say he has his vision, he wanted to do all he did, but nobody followed him, nobody believed in him. He would do it alone, to kill all these people alone. He couldn't do that. So
he had the power, the undeniable 100% power to do what he wants.
Yeah, but also if you see the videos, you can see that this is not the power. The people really believe in him, and people really eager to that.
I'm not taking off the responsibility from people who believed in him, but I wouldn't say that it's partially his responsibility and partially people's. I wouldn't divide it into two, you know. I would say that 100% it's his responsibility, and there was part of people's responsibility, of course. I don't think that if you are saying that it's partially his responsibility, it means some part of it is not his responsibility. Like, he created something that he wasn't responsible of. I don't think so. Like, take Putin, for example. Take modern Russia.
Mm-hmm.
He created a system where everyone bribes everyone.
Mm-hmm.
He created that.
Yeah.
And when a normal, usual, like, I don't know, ordinary person, Russian, goes somewhere, like a policeman stops him or her, and he or she bribes the policeman in order to get away with something that he did. I don't know, the speed limit or something like that. That who is responsible? Like in this case, yes, he is responsible that he gave a bribe. The policeman is responsible that took the bribe.
Everyone is responsible.
And Putin is responsible for creating this ecosystem.
Yeah.
Where everyone is okay with this.
Yeah, so you're also saying that everyone's responsibility.
But it's partially Putin's fault.
Or mainly, yeah?
Mainly it's his fault. But this is a good question.
Yeah. I'm also thinking right now, is it partially or is it mostly?
But when you have such power and you create, like, imagine, this is completely, I don't know, not real. When a man creates such power and such system, and people just don't obey these rules. Can you imagine that?
No, but you think they just obey because of the fear?
No, I just think that if you set the rules, people will follow them. If you are strong enough and powerful enough to set the rules, if you're charismatic enough, that people will obey them. No matter what rules there is. Like, it's not really it's not really the rules, but the charisma and the power of the leader. Like, I watched Dune 2, and you really need to watch it. It's really beautiful, like how the Messiah emerges.
Oh, nice.
And I had a goosebump. And people undeniably, like not all of them, the main, like this Khani or Shani, oh my god, I forgot. The Zendaya role, she doesn't believe in this crap. She thinks this is just a person. She loves him, but she also thinks that he is a person, just a person. But everyone else, and by the end of the movie, it's like complete, like mess and disaster. Like, yeah, it's very epic and very beautiful, but you understand that it's calamity. Like at the end will be, and everyone else is believing that this person is Messiah and he will save them all. And he's really charismatic. He is really he really has power because he can see future. He can see the possibilities of his different types of actions. He really is not like he's I don't know, fake. He's not fake. He really has some stuff that's going on, like, but still. Does it mean that everything that he says, should we follow it blindly without asking questions? Does it?
No, that's why I'm saying this is also the people's problem, or the issue comes from the people who blindly believe or blindly follow. And if they do those, so they are also to blame. My point is that if they do so, they are also to blame.
Yeah, I'm not saying that the whole responsibility is on the leader. Of course not.
Also, I have another example. We can also think about this. If, for example, let's do it for two persons. You, one day, asked me to rob a bank. And you say that I have calculated it, I have a vision, we can totally do that. And I'm following you. And we get caught, right? And we are sitting in the court. So, am I not to blame? Should I say that she convinced me?
Yeah,
this is not my problem.
But according to law, well, I'm not an expert, but according to law, still the person who initiated it, I will get more years, like in prison sentence, than you
for corrupting my mind.
Yes, if you prove that I was the initiator, because I'm the leader of this stuff, you know. I take the much more responsibility.
This is 100%.
Yes. Well, I'm not an expert like in every law on the planet, but in America, in Russia, yes. In Germany, I think so too.
I don't know.
If it is proven that I was the leader, if it is proven that I initiated it, if it's not, then the same.
Yeah, but that also doesn't mean that I'm getting totally free, right?
No,
you may be
not.
getting a little more.
I didn't say that. Yeah, of course, I'm not saying like. I think the whole responsibility is on the leader, and also a part of responsibility, like depends on which, like huge, small part. I don't know. Depends. Is on the followers, of course, too.
Okay. And
why it's so boring?
Boring?
No, I mean, we don't laugh, we don't make jokes.
But it's
no, it's not boring. Yeah. Really, it's very interesting.
Yeah.
But,
I don't know what happened. Jokes.
Yeah. Sorry.
Yeah. No. What else?
And that's why, like we need to tell people to think critically.
I agree.
Ask questions like, maybe she's right. I don't know. Maybe who knows? I cannot, like, this is scientific thinking. I cannot say this is not true because that's the problem with the fucking esoteric things. You know, they're how do you call it?
Anti-scientific.
Yes, they're
pseudo-scientific
or I don't know, because
it's personal.
No. Because how do you know if something is scientific and something not scientific?
But that scientific you can prove, like
you can prove.
Yeah.
They say crap, like they say things that you cannot deny and you cannot prove, like neither of them. That's why it's so tricky. Like,
and that's why I'm saying it's personal also. It's your personal experience. Maybe you are sleeping and seeing a dream. Maybe you can travel. Maybe you can do a lot of crazy things, but nobody will believe in you because you cannot prove that.
Yeah, and also you don't know if it's
you don't
real
know.
because maybe we know that our brain comes
Can
up with the shit that
can create, yeah.
like can create everything.
Yes.
We see not what we're supposed to see, even when we're not dreaming. Like right now, I don't see a lot of stuff that is going on here. Like
Yeah.
I don't see the ultraviolet.
Yes.
I don't see like a lot of things I don't see. I actually should watch when I watch the sky. I should see it like more violet, not blue. But we are deceiving. And our brain is deceiving us.
Also, while we are talking on this topic, something happened to me several nights before. I didn't thought that I will gonna tell you because I know your response. You are going to say it's my mind created or I was dreaming or so on. Yeah.
Possibly.
But it was so intense and so dramatic for me. I couldn't sleep the whole night, and I'm going to tell it.
Okay.
So, I'm meditating a lot, and I'm doing it for the last several months every day. And I am also meditating on kaleidoscope, A kaleidoscope is the thing that is...
yeah, I know what kaleidoscope is.
It's very common practice when you want to awaken your third eye, sixth chakra here, which is here. And also there is a lot of books written about that. I also told you about...
It's not the crown you talked about?
No, the crown is the 7, yeah. Okay. This one. When you close your eyes and you see with your closed eyes. The people who say they see things, they see from...
I was watching this, sorry, I was watching this Instagram reels that a woman was telling that she sees with her closed eyes, but it was so funny because the person...
She was making fun.
No, she was real, but the person who showed her, like she was with closed eyes, and the person was showing her like some stuff, yellow, orange, and papers. Here and then here.
I think you sent it to me. Yeah, I think, or maybe. We are seeing the same stuff.
Yeah, we're seeing the same stuff.
She's
like, what? Why are you doing this? Like, put it down.
Fucking funny. Yeah,
it was so funny because she really was faking it. It was so obvious.
Yeah,
she was just a bit closing her eyes, so it looked like she's with closed eyes, but actually she was seeing everything. Oh my God. When you talk about that,
there are a lot of charlatans out there.
Okay.
But yeah.
Okay, sorry, I interrupted you.
So if you read also literature about this topic, opening the third eye, there are exercises that you do. You are meditating on the kaleidoscope, so you're sitting in the meditative state and you watch to it, because when it's making its figures. You cannot, at that time, that doesn't remind you anything common. So you cannot like remember your aunt doing something there or your sister. It's very not usual to see for your eyes to see kaleidoscope. So that's why I also did this meditation for a quite long time every day. And nothing happened. Nothing ever happened. I'm closing my eyes, saying nothing. And several days before, at night, I couldn't sleep. It was total disaster. And I was lying with my eyes closed, and
then it
began. Honestly, I will say a lot of things now. I know you won't believe me, but
what did you see?
I saw real kaleidoscope. Real. It was fucking amazing. I swear to you, it was like all the colors in the universe I never ever saw. It was 3D. It was like I was like in the kaleidoscope. Kaleidoscope was my word, and I got so much scared. Honestly, I was screaming in my mind. Oh my God, my chakra is opening.
You were like in a dream, or
no, Rose, no.
But you could open your eyes, or you.
I could have, but I didn't want because it began.
But at the same time, you were scared.
I was never so scared in my life. I was never, because the feeling was that something sucking me up to the universe, and I was like, I'm not ready for that.
But at the same time, you didn't open your eyes.
I didn't open my eyes, but I was, when you're like crying in your mind, oh my God, is this happening? But I'm so scared. I'm so scared. Oh my God, what is happening? What is happening? And I lost it totally. I start to talk. I start to talk in my mind, and when you talk in your mind, you're like losing it. And also the panic, I lost it. I walk, like stand up from my bed. I came here. I drank water. I was like shaking like hell. Honestly, I wanted to cry. That was something experienced. I never felt something like I couldn't sleep the whole night. It never came back. I'm so sorry for that. And
maybe it will.
I don't know, but that night I remembered also that when I was a little child, I saw things like that. I saw things. Never told anyone of that because in my mind, I thought I am crazy, that I will say this and people will make fun of me because I was closing my eyes and I was seeing really very, very colorful things. And I remember I told only one friend I had those times in school. I was very young. I told her, hey, come to me. Do you, when you close your eyes, like a drug dealer, when you close your eyes, do you maybe see things? And she said, what?
And it was the last time you spoke with her.
Are you crazy? What things? And she also made kind of small fun of me, not deliberately, but yeah. And then I come home, and every time I close my eyes, I see that. I just open my eyes and I say, oh, no, this is not happening, this is not happening. And then I forgot about it totally. I swear to you, totally. And that night that happened, and I remember I told you about this book I read, this Joe Dispenza, Becoming Supernatural. He has a lot of meditation tactics there. And also, I remember that I read about that. He said when you start doing this meditation, if the process starts in you, it may be like gone forever. I'm not saying that it is opening or something like that, but if the process starts in you, you may experience something like that this 3D kaleidoscope visions you will have. So this is like the gate for opening some crazy shit out there. Yeah, and this is my experience. I'm telling you right now, and yeah, so that's why I'm saying I believe that this woman is genuinely believing in what she said, and she may see things because after that, I promise to you, I mean, like, this was wow. This was, I was not sleeping. And I saw it. It was wonderful.
As I said, I don't know. It was your experience, and like, we live in a world where we don't know anything for sure. Yeah. And if you feel that this was real, like, if this was real experience for you, then it was a real experience for you. Does it matter? Like in Harry Potter, in the 7th book,
which I still
you haven't read it, but like a little spoiler. There's a space there where Harry meets Dumbledore. And you watched the movie. Yeah. And in movie 2, Harry asks, is this real? And Dumbledore says, does it matter? Like, does it matter really? Does it matter if it's real or not? Maybe the whole thing is not real. Yeah. Like, is this real that I'm touching this fucking iPhone? Because we know for sure that atoms, oh my God. Atoms? Yeah. They just space. There are a lot of space between them. How the hell can I touch
huge
this?
Distance.
If there is a space here. Yeah. Because, I don't know.
Yeah. So, why I told you this story, I want to continue the first topic.
About this woman?
I want to connect it together. So, imagine I have this vision and I'm like opening YouTube and telling about it.
Yeah, okay.
Okay, and the people gather around me and start to believe what I see. Imagine I will see a lot of different things, like sometimes. And I'm telling about this.
How are you telling this?
I'm telling that I close my eyes, like now. I'm closing my eyes and I see things.
How do you interpret it? Like, do you really believe that this is real? Well, like this woman?
Well,
like this woman says she knows this for sure, right?
yeah, because she experienced it, and
Yeah.
I am saying that I saw this kaleidoscope things really real.
Okay.
Yeah, and I'm telling people about that, and people decide to make a cult out of it.
Which
I don't
like,
know.
What's the vision?
That
of this cult?
the vision is that every people, every
person?
human, every person can see things. If they meditate, if they do some tactics, they can see things, right? For example, is it my fault that people
What do you do with
decided?
this? Like, imagine you have 30,000 followers or 3,000, like 300,000 followers. I don't
3
know.
million.
3 million followers. And they all believe that this is true, and they began to meditate, and they began to, like, one of them sees the kaleidoscope, the other one, I don't know, the part of them.
Jesus.
What?
The other one,
See
Jesus.
Jesus or is a Jesus, tells that he is a Jesus. Yeah. And they create this cult where they do stuff and it can be damaging. You do nothing with this. You like this. You continue to spread your visions, right?
Well, I'm just speaking my
But
truth.
you see that there is a cult there, which is based on.
But they are
your
not
vision.
harming anyone. If they do whatever also I did, like meditate and things like that, what harm can it bring? They meditate. What is dangerous there? I mean,
I don't know. We know that it can be dangerous if
meditating.
You're not, yeah. Because
well, not meditating maybe, but playing with chakra openings maybe.
Like doing stuff that is not that you're not used to mentally, because meditating is a really difficult and
yeah, but maybe we should do that to discover our abilities. Maybe as humans we are so powerful and we don't know
I'm
about
not saying
that.
you shouldn't meditate. Of course, I love meditations too. I'm just saying
maybe
you have a message and you're spreading this message and you're saying this is completely true, and you're not saying it's subjective, guys. You see the difference? If you're saying this is what I experienced and this is my experience, it's very subjective. I'm not sure this is real, because anything that we experience in this world may be not real at all, because maybe we live in simulation, maybe you're not. If you're interpreting it like that, then I will say, yeah, it's not your responsibility, because you're telling the on the shore, like before everything, you're securing yourself and people. You're saying this is my experience. I'm not telling you to do it. I'm not telling you to go and be like me, or I don't know. See the difference?
Yeah, I see.
But when you spread some information that according to you is 100% true and objective, then there's a problem.
Okay.
Because you don't know if it's objective. It's like any scientist. If any scientist comes to me and says, I don't know what.
I love you.
No. Like if a scientist comes to me and says, universe, there is no God. It's all evolution.
I understand your point. So
He's preaching it to me. You see? Then this is not scientific thinking. Even if he or she like finished, I don't know, PhD in Oxford or Harvard, I don't care really. This is not scientific. This is not objective. This is very subjective. He really believes in what his or she is preaching.
It should be everything scientific.
Yes.
Why?
I think we should always tell if something is objective or subjective. Because, as I said, like imagine people who wrote the Bible, they didn't even mean it. Like imagine Moses, who, according to the Bible historians, wrote, or like there are a lot of authors in the Bible. There are 47 or 46 books, and imagine they just wrote stuff. They didn't or imagine some of them didn't intend it to be like religious holy book. Because they didn't. Because the Bible isn't a book. It's just, how do you call it? People who created the Bible, they had the motivation. They created it to create like new religion. I don't know what they wanted. I don't know. Maybe they wanted new religion. Maybe they wanted just for people to gather around some ideology, which is actually a religion. But not all the people who really wrote these books, I don't think they really imagined the world of Christianity. They didn't even think about it. Like some of them just wrote stuff, and then some hundreds years later, another people just took this text and created one text. That's it. You cannot read Bible as one book because it's not working like that. That's why it's very open to interpretation. That's why it's very contradictionary, controversial. But it's a cult. Like, I'm sorry, but it's a huge religion, but people did stuff based on these books. Just because
of course.
People who created this Bible, they had a subjective truth interpretation of this. Is it the fault of authors? I don't think so. I think this is the but because we don't know their motivation. Maybe Moses meant it. Maybe he said, God created this and this and this and this, but it's just a text. We don't know what's behind this text. It's not like he's telling, this is true, and no, this is fiction.
But he is saying, right, this is true and this is not true.
A lot of texts are from the very objective point of view. Like this is true, this is 100%
Quran.
True. Yeah, I don't know, never read it. But yeah.
So as far as I understand your point, you're saying this is dangerous when this is not scientific because it's someone's or some small group of people's opinion that can be spread and can be dangerous, right?
Yeah,
as for example, the books, the Bible you mentioned.
Yeah, and the responsibility lies on a person if he or she claims that this is 100% true and objective.
Not only his fault. Again,
not only. Not only.
Okay.
But if there is a cult of Severus Snape's wives, the responsibility doesn't even come close to John Rowling.
This is even in my standards. It's too much.
What if they experienced him?
Severus. I think this should be a little bit deeper as we imagine right now. I think you mentioned also that they think the Severus is based on some kind of spiritual figure that existed.
He died and then he became the spiritual god-like figure.
Yeah,
I don't know.
Yeah, if they believe in God, spirit, these figures, they can say that this is real and they can make a cult out of it.
And imagine they have kids and they teach these kids in this cult tradition, and they have some traditions and I don't know, some crazy stuff can happen.
One day they will go
pedophile
either
things.
to feed the sheep-dressed men, or they will be the sheep-dressed humans.
Yeah. Exactly.
Why are we so deep diving?
I don't know.
I like it.
But I liked it. Yeah, it was very interesting. I don't know.
But it's interesting also. Yeah.
That's my whole point. That everything. I'm not saying that astrology, esoteric is very dangerous. I'm saying that everything is dangerous if you're telling that this is 100% true.
Because there is no 100% truth.
Like there are undeniable things
I think there is. Yeah. Okay. In math, maybe you say. Yeah. It's 100% truth. Yeah.
Like if it works, then it works. No questions there. If the equation works, then it's true. I don't know. Not an expert.
Yeah.
But in the humanitarian sciences,
don't even start there.
I don't even think
go
this
there.
is science, to be honest. But yeah, for example, I studied Russian literature, and this is all very subjective. Yeah, you can, when you read a text, you interpret it according to the text, but it's very, very vague.
Yeah.
Like, you cannot say 100% for sure why. Did you know that in English schools, they don't, like, I don't know how it was in Armenian schools, but how it is in Russian schools. We have Russian language, like as a subject in schools. We all learn that. And Russian literature. It's totally different, two different types of subjects. In English schools, like in America, England, I think so too, it's only English. And they learn the language and literature there. Like it's both mix.
Language and literature
in one subject. Like
oh no, it was separate in Armenia also. Yeah, because it comes from
Soviet.
the Soviet.
Yeah.
What is Soviet? Severus.
Soviet
comes from Severus.
Soviet comes from Severus. Yeah. And it was so amazing for me because they don't even learn, like in a Russian literature subject. What do? We read something and then we come to the school and we talk about it.
We go to the blackboard and we tell.
and we discuss what we think the author intended to say or how do we interpret it. They don't do that in USA schools.
Interesting.
Yeah, they don't. They just, I don't know, what do? You retell the story and that's it.
Wow. Because it's actually very important to understand what the author...
They do it only if you go at the university and your major is, minor is literature and you read, I don't know.
No, that's why we always say that Soviet education was the best. Sorry, guys. I say education, not other things.
Yeah, well, education was very strong. Yeah,
I observe my mother and she still knows a lot of things better than me. I mean, the subjects. She really knows the stuff. She really knows the history, math. Sometimes I'm saying like, really, Ma? Really?
Are you sure she really knows it? Or like my father comes up with her, I don't know, she remembers maybe 40%.
About history?
Yeah, especially history.
About
and then
Armenian history, she makes up maybe. But generally, she knows about the world history also.
Like the dates and what happened when.
Yeah, generally, when I see she's more educated, I would say she's more educated than me. Maybe it's me. But if I compare, she also has friends and I see them. They are also like that.
Yeah. I'm not denying that. Yeah, I also.
And how to say поколение?
Generation.
My generation is not that great in education.
Yeah, because after Soviet fell, we all felt it
so deeply. Yeah.
And if you want to learn like that kind of literature, you go to the university and I don't know, Emily Dickinson. You read it and then you try to understand what she was trying to say, or Whitman, or I don't know, John Donne. Yeah, that was very fun stuff. Sorry. Yeah. But at the same time, when I was in school, like in 8th grade, 7th grade, how could I interpret texts?
Well, it should be very difficult.
Yeah, the texts are not like we didn't read like Dostoevsky in 8th or 7th grade. But still,
you mean to interpret also the political situation in which this exact world was produced?
There are a lot of factors that you should consider, actually.
Yeah, of course.
But at school, you don't consider political. At the
you
school,
just
you
read
don't. Politics in Russia, no. You don't consider it at all.
Okay. Because in Armenia we did a lot because, we said, Soviet is bad and they did a lot of things and we considered the political situation also. Why in this time this author said these exact things and why lately he was Severe. Extradited? No.
No.
There is
Exiled
to Siberia.
Exiled, actually.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, but our when I was at school, I don't know how it is like right now, but a lot of books, like from history, mainly history, they were based still on Soviet education system, and they were a lot of not really truths. Like I didn't know about gulags.
What is the truth?
Like, can you imagine that? I didn't know about gulags till I went to the university. Like I had no idea there were such things as Stalin camps, and you too.
Well, it was spoken, but not in a very loud way.
Not focused on that. Something that happened, but
very slightly.
Let's skip that. Yeah, not interesting.
But I think for now it is.
No way, no go. Yeah, we don't touch that because who we are to touch Stalin. Stalin was a great man. Yeah. What? No? Yes? No?
Yeah.
Should we stop?
Yeah. What time is it? Yeah.
Oh no.
We are.
Like, I don't know. What?
Should we stop it? You tell us.
Write in the comments.
You mastered it. Let's make a little bit jokes. I'm tired of serious topics. Make a joke, Rosie. Do it.
La la
right now. Oh, actually,
I feel too much pressure.
Actually, I will say something.
A joke?
No, something that really angers me, and it happened to me in Armenia. I remembered it right now. Once I went to the interview. Once in my life.
You were interviewed, or
I were interviewed.
Ooh.
I went there. It was in the capital. The capital of Armenia is Yerevan, guys.
If you don't know.
And I'm not from the Yerevan.
She's from like some small city.
Yeah.
Town. I didn't call it city.
Yeah. So, and my town is very famous for making jokes.
Very people all over Armenia saying that where she comes from, they like, top. Yay! Yeah, comedians. Every one of them, like from the childhood.
Exactly, this is so true.
Yeah. They do stand up as even before they start to speak.
No, before this umbilical cord was cut, we do a joke.
Like you need to make a joke in order to be bored.
Yeah.
In this town, right? Yeah, great.
And I was interviewed, and the first thing they said to me, there were three.
Say joke.
Yes, three women sitting there. They said, "Okay, from where we start, say a joke, tell a joke." And I was like, "What the hell?" I was not prepared for this, and I couldn't make a joke. Of course, I couldn't make a joke.
It's so crazy to say that.
It's awful. It's really awful. And they just continued. They said, "What kind of how I say in English, humility? What kind of
Hungarian are you?
Cumbrian?
Cumbrian or
Gyumrian. Yeah, it's Gyumri
is the
town's
town,
name,
and Gyumrian I think would be
the one who lives there.
Yeah.
And they say, "What kind of Gyumrian you are that you cannot make a joke?"
Oh my god!
And I was like, "Oh my god,
I'm not a Gyumrian. My mom told me a lie.
I was abducted.
She found me elsewhere." Imagine you thinking like that. And then you come to
that's a good story for a movie.
Maybe you should ask your mom.
I asked thousands of times. I went almost every day to mom and say, "Tell me, am I abducted?" Abducted.
From aliens. Like your mom went to another planet and abducted you.
That would make total sense.
Yeah, total. And your dream came true, actually. You were abducted by alien, but by another alien. See? Yeah.
Let's finish in that fabulous note.
Fabulous.
Yeah.